Streaming TV gives us all a world of entertainment without having to move from the couch. From the latest TV series to movies to sports and music, we've never had more options. On the flip side, the endless options for how to access these shows can leave many wannabe viewers completely confused. Enter Amazon's Fire Stick Lite. This little device claims to add a range of streaming services to your TV, all at a very low price. This little device is pretty well named. Not only is it quite literally very light, it's a simple stick shape with an HDMI plug at one end and a micro USB socket for power on the other side. You also get an HDMI extender if you need it, a power plug and a USB cable, and that's it. This is clearly meant to be a no-fuss, easy install product. It's quite basic with simple playback controls and a central control rocker for selections. However, I did have some problems at the installing stage. It missed quite a few of my attempts at trying to use the keyboard inputs for passwords and email addresses. Sometimes it wouldn't register at all, and sometimes it would decide that a single tap was actually 15. I thought it might be interference, so I switched from directly plugging the Fire Stick TV Lite into my TV by using the HDMI extender, but it didn't make much difference. It was much easier to set up for streaming services that allow you to sign in on a laptop or tablet, and then punch in a quick code. The Fire Stick uses a carousel-style interface, which is typical for smart TV products, so it's easy to navigate around if you've used streaming services before. When you are flicking through the content, this one is very focused on Amazon Prime Video content and content you can buy or rent through Amazon itself. But you can also install a range of apps to cover most streaming services Australians are likely to want to watch, such as ABC iView, SBS On Demand, 9Now, 7plus and 10play. Plus subscription services such as Netflix, Stan, Disney+, and plenty more niche sports, TV and movie streaming services. Another interesting feature of the Fire Stick is that it's compatible with Apple TV and Apple TV+. This is easily the cheapest way to access those services, not counting subscription and content costs. And in my opinion, it's a good option for using Apple TV, as Apple hasn't done a great job of content discovery on its own platform, mixing in every other app amongst its own Apple TV content. On the Amazon Fire Stick TV Lite, the content is directly there to discover easily. The big notable omission is the lack of support for full Foxtel streaming. There are apps for Kayo and Binge, but no support if you've got a purely IP-based Foxtel subscription. If you enter voice control, you can also use Amazon Alexa Assistant for content search and for smart home control, if you have Alexa already set up in your home. Alexa, play Netflix.
Getting Netflix from Fire TV.
The voice control works okay, although it gets a little confused searching for content, though that might be because it struggles to understand Australian accents. The Amazon Lite is an entry-level product in Amazon's Fire TV stick range, and that brings with it some real limitations. It's only capable of displaying up to 1080p resolution, not 4K, despite the fact that plenty of services including Amazon Prime Video itself provide 4K content. This is frustrating as one of the content areas on the device's interface calls out as 4K content, despite the fact that it can't display those shows and movies that way. Amazon has other Fire TV products available in the US that can handle 4K with ease, but here in Australia they're simply not selling them. The Lite is the only option that Amazon offers in the Australian market. It's a mystery why Amazon doesn't sell the 4K version in Australia, considering there's probably millions of them in a warehouse somewhere. So, should you buy it? There's a wider market of devices out there that don't cost much more than the Amazon Fire TV Stick Lite, that offer access to 4K content with ease. Amazon Prime Video is available across a lot of other set-top box devices, gaming consoles and more, so it's not the only way to access Amazon Prime content in Australia. However, if you are looking for a budget way to access Apple TV and Apple TV+, or you want to integrate your streaming with Alexa, and you're happy with a basic product that is low budget, then this might be worth considering.